Chemistry Paper 2, Equilibrium Part 2, the effect of temperature changes on equilibrium. Higher tier only. Now for some key knowledge. Have you revised this topic yet? Key points. Equilibrium is reached when the forward and reverse reactions occur at exactly the same rate. Le Chatelier's principle. If a system is at equilibrium and a change is made to any of the conditions, then the system responds to counteract the change. Here's a graphical representation of this. We have a decreasing curve showing the forward rate decreasing, and we've got an upward curve showing the reverse rate increasing. Equilibrium is reached when the rate of the forward reaction equals the rate of the reverse reaction. If the temperature of a system at equilibrium is increased, the relative amount of products at equilibrium increases for an endothermic reaction. The relative amount of products at equilibrium decreases for an exothermic reaction. If the temperature of a system at equilibrium is decreased, the relative amount of products at equilibrium decreases for an endothermic reaction. The relative amount of products at equilibrium increases for an exothermic reaction. Key terminology. A plus B gives you C plus D. The symbol highlighted here represents a reversible reaction. The top arrow of the symbol represents a forward reaction to the right. The bottom arrow represents a backward reaction to the left. If a reversible reaction is exothermic in one direction, it is endothermic in the opposite direction. So if the reaction A plus B is exothermic to give you C plus D, the reaction between C and D to give you A and B is endothermic. The reaction between solutions of iron 3 ions Fe3+ and thiocyanate ions SCN- is reversible. The ionic equation for the reaction is as follows: Fe3 plus Aq plus SCN- Aq gives you Fe SCN2 plus Aq. The colours of the solutions are also shown. Fe3 plus is yellow, SCN- is colourless, and Fe SCN2 plus is red. The colour of the equilibrium mixture is orange at room temperature. A water bath is set up at a temperature above room temperature. When a test tube containing the orange equilibrium mixture is placed in the water bath, the mixture becomes more yellow. Explain what this shows about the energy change for the forward reaction. We're looking for 3 marks, 3 bullet points. Pause the question and have a go. So here's my thoughts on this question. If it's turning yellow, that would suggest a shift of the equilibrium to the left. This would be to counteract the temperature increase. However, what should my third point be? Do we understand this? Make sure you're checking your answers against the GCSE mark scheme. So here's the GCSE mark scheme. The equilibrium moves to the left. The temperature is reduced. and the forward reaction is exothermic. We were looking for 3 marks. Remember, the words in the brackets are not necessary, and where it says allow, they can be your alternative answers. How did you get on? Practice 2. A company manufactures ethanol, C2H5OH. The reaction for the process is C2H4 plus H2O gives you C2H5OH, and we're given the enthalpy for H, which is minus 45 kilojoules per mole. Remember, the negative overall energy change equals exothermic. The temperature and pressure can be changed to increase the yield of ethanol at equilibrium. How would increasing the temperature change the yield of ethanol at equilibrium? Give a reason for your answer. This is a 2-mark question. We're looking for 2 bullet points. Pause the video and have a go. Here's the GCSE mark scheme. How did we get on? First mark, increasing the temperature would lower the yield of ethanol, or the equilibrium moves to the left. Mark number 2, since the backwards reaction is endothermic, or you could have stated the forward reaction is exothermic. Practice 3. Chlorine gas is also produced when hydrogen chloride decomposes. The equation is given. 2HCl gives you H2 plus Cl2. The forward reaction is endothermic. Predict the effect of increasing the temperature on the amount of chlorine gas produced at equilibrium. Explain your answer using the Chantelier's principle. If you need to familiarise yourself again with the principle, go back to the start of the video. We're looking for 2 marks, 2 bullet points. Pause the video and have a go. So here's the GCSE mark scheme. First mark, the amount of chlorine gas increases. For the second mark, this is because the system shifts to counteract the change. Remember, words in brackets are not necessary and there are alternative answers given.